everyone, me for 11, and I am back with my broadcast partner with Ballpoint Pen. It's another night of the NBA playoffs of round 2 on 2K Sports. With our next take, we've got a big matchup here as we have our game 3 to start it up for the next part of the event. This time, the Cavaliers face against the Indiana Pacers as they're at Gainbridge Fieldhouse to get things started for game number 3. And in standing by for the next commentaries I have across is Kevin Harlan. He's also along with Greg Anthony, and of course center court will be David Aldrich. And with the third commentary, we'll be determining for the 2K Sport crew. And now let's see what happens with this. Will the Cavaliers win this first part of the game to stop at the Pacers, or will Indiana win it all for the shutout series to head to the Eastern Conference Finals? There will have to be only one with a big change to get things right in. Now, let's get started. Cavs, Pacers, next on 2K Sports. See you later, everybody, for the post-game shows, and then in between the stop-and-play games, we'll see how this one changes in. See you in a bit. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA playoffs.
And just about to get underway as the starting five is handed out. We'll be back in just a moment. Greetings everyone, welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and on the sideline reporter David Aldrich. And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A wide length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Cruz into the Pacers. The forward spots with Neesmith and Siakam. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nemhard to his side. And it's Turner in at the 5. And what a matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's got to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, Nemhard. The pass to Halliburton. Over Allen. Misses off the left iron. Outside Garland. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
And that's a jump ball.
With possession here. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. We got for us, G.
Reese Overhead.
He feels like Darius Garland is the key to that offense. Coach said not many people can stay in front of Garland one-on-one, so shifty. So rotations defensively have to be decisive and quick.
Evan Mobley. This is by Donovan Mitchell.
Thanks so much, David. Here's Nemhard after the main shot from Evan Mobley. First quarter just over to the plate. And a wide open look for Halliburton. And it's off from three-point range. And so Allen will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Kicks it to Garland. Pass to Strus. Here's Mitchell. It's rebounded by Indiana. Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total.
Now, here's Mitchell. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Max Strus.
Poor design there. A knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that will get you cooked.
Neesmith.
So,
He defensive foul on the Cavs. Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Great shooter in college. And it took him a while to
Indiana.
find his stroke in
Mention
the
them.
NBA.
And you know what?
One
What's
shot.
really surprising about that? Most players struggle to find their game in the NBA, to find their role in the NBA. But Neesmith, he's found his rhythm and his role, and he clearly is dangerous from behind the arc.
That's good for Neesmith. He brings the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Now here's Mobley. Pass to Allen. Over Turner. Siakam pulls it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open, lucky, right there for the deep.
Inside. And it's Darius Garland with the rebound. Allen outside. Dishes to Mobley. Outside Garland. Pass to Strus. Over Halliburton. And it's Strus missing. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field. Now, here's Neesmith. He's tightly guarded. Moves back up. Mobley with the block.
Out of bounds. Indiana ball.
Catch by Mobley. So, timeout called here.
Indiana call timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
So one of the big reasons here, as we are seeing things, the last part of it, as you may not just understand, was Miles Turner. He really had been playing for this center guard position a whole time. And the last thing that he did for in the finals, he wanted to do this. But he was definitely how bad he felt from Tyrese Halliburton getting injured. His legs has been a struggle for him in Game 7. Not for anyone who's been controlling over it, but he really felt like he was been bounced out. He'd never done anything that he was going to take. He had led the leagues in the blocks twice in his first career. And by that, he was doing everything he could. Yeah, you see what I noticed about Miles Turner? He really kept showing up to me. And the last thing what happened with Miles Turner, he really made his personal life, and he was definitely doing a bunch of things. And with our witness to make things easier, his career status, he was really making that look easy by his career pointer. The blocks seem to be the right thing. It's not just like a block that you put a strength in, but you just block and reject that game. That's all what happens. You got to make sure you have it in. We'll have a little bit more details in, and we'll be back with you after the show for the next time out. Back to Kevin Orley.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And he uses
Andrew Nemar.
Such a throw.
This is the Bayern Neesmith.
guys that are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Garland finds Mitchell. Back to Garland. That's the free fly. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Rare you'll see him with such an open look.
And stolen by Mobley. Strus passes around. Good work defensively by Turner.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Mobley outside. On the wing, Mitchell. Holds it up there for Mobley.
Evan Mobley.
The alley-oop
Assistant. Donovan Mitchell.
Definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
Here's Nemhard after the main shot from Evan Mobley. Nemhard the pass to Turner. Misses from close range. Cavaliers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Allen kicks to Strus. And the pass to Garland. To the paint. Here's Allen. That's good.
Jared Allen
With the assist.
Let's see.
Any toughness right there
Darius
and
Garland.
persistence. Allen might have been fouled on that inside basket.
It's Nemhard on the wing. Covered by Mitchell.
Miles Turner for 3.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now, here's Garland. Thing on the board. This is a Strus. Cleveland moving the ball around. Mobley. And then
Evan Mobley for 3.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range.
Indiana ball timeout.
Answer there.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game, the fans aren't always going to be good.
There's some type of adjustment made out of the timeout. It might be major, it could be just a slight tweak.
Now, for some reason, it's about Miles Turner, but he really has to do anything. He missed 21 games between November 13 and December 28 for his rookie season after undergoing surgery to prepare a fracture for his left foot. And then when he did so, after making a finish, he had his career high, 31 points in 122-110 loss to the Golden State Warriors. And he was named the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month for February after ranking the 3rd among East first-year players in scoring. 13.4% of the pointer, rebounding by 6.6, and minutes, 29.8 during the month. He wouldn't have to do all that his rookie season. It's just how incredible this is. Now that his season's end, he has earned his NBA All-Rookie Team Second Team honors. He really has shown up, but his face has been paying for. This was all it did for Indiana, is for Miles Turner to keep that one right in. Now back to Kevin Harlan.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Curl comes in for Max Strus. Javante Green, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Ty Jerome in for Garland.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
6 to shoot. Kick out to Walker. Front past the arc.
Jabari Walker for 3.
Walker teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
These Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname Indiana
Evan Mobley.
Pacers. They do set the pace. They love to push that rock and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Here's McConnell after the main shot from Evan Mobley. Always going up for the
Obi Toppin. From CJ McCollum.
That's what coaches love to see. Ball movement.
Here's Jerome. Scoreless thus far. Green dishes to Hunter. Here's Mobley. Feeds it to Hunter. He kicks to Okoro. Back to Hunter. Second chance shot. Toppin pulls it in.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play. Wrong result.
Here's Shepard. That
Brendan Shepard.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
7 seconds shot in clock.
Defense.
Here's Jerome. Outside Green. Hunter down low.
DeAndre Hunter.
And there's Hunter.
Assists.
This is by Green.
Javante Green.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
And it's Shepard missing.
And That is the end of the first quarter. The Indiana Pacers 17 and the Cleveland Cavaliers 15.
2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
In that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
It's Garland with the ball for Cleveland. Trailing by 2. They've got Tyrese Halliburton. Henrik Mathurin is out there with Obi Toppin. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's McConnell in a point. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Jerome. Still without a basket.
By Jerome.
Comes off an assist from Garland.
The assist
Jerome's got it all tied up now
Darius
for
Garland.
The Pacers shooting at 44% pretty recent. Garland against McConnell.
Fouls and the Cavaliers. Here we have the second personal foul. First team foul.
Unmistakable drag over the last
Substitution for Indiana.
has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Here's Mathurin. 6 on the shot clock. Put on the bucket.
And Mathurin.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter play. Pass to Strus. Garland against Halliburton. Pass to Mitchell. Shoots over Nemar. Kept alive. Here's Allen. Puts it out to Garland. There's the pass to Strus. Tries again. Here's Allen.
Jared Allen.
Well, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
Siakam outside. The putback, he hangs
Obi Toppin.
chance points.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. Never stop working.
Halliburton against Garland. Mitchell passes to Strus. Cleveland moving the ball around. Allen's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
The Cavaliers trailing. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. He gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So,
Cleveland foul. Actually,
Nice job
first
by
personal
Halliburton.
foul.
Showing you
Second
the
team foul.
going right into that defense and drawing the foul.
For Indiana.
And look at how the offensive progress are going here so far for the Pacers.
Shots.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me. Not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
and the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
That's good from Halliburton.
Checking back in for the Indiana Pacers. 33. Miles Turner.
Absolute machine
And number
on offense.
22.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum level capability. His turnover numbers outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists. I think the better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
Now, here's Strus. Count it.
Darius Garland.
Down to 2.
Assisted by Max Strus.
Pretty bucket. Garland knows he's going to take contact, but does not back down.
Here's Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Halliburton's got 4 points this quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
outside. And here's Garland for three. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Halliburton in the corner. A three off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Strus. Good.
Max
Mitchell
Strus.
picking up the assist.
Assisted, bro. Donovan Mitchell.
3 assists now in this one. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Pacers. Here's Turner. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. Garland left side. Passes it to Mitchell. Up top, Garland. Neesmith covering. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And that one's
DeAndre Hunter.
And the defense
Three.
has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the cap.
Pass to Turner. Over Allen. And it's sent back by Allen. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. And the coach.
Jared Allen.
So he's got the
Indiana foul. Aaron Eastman.
Get a 3-point
Let's force a little foul.
Not to be denied there.
17
Allen
foul.
playing hard. Good contact. Not to be bothered.
Jared Allen.
They're shooting their
Long
first
wide shot.
contest.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of
New
last season,
substitutions on the court for
they
the
made a bit
Indiana
of improvement.
Pacers.
So that's some
Marcus
positive
Maverick.
momentum they can look to
Jabari
build on.
Walker. Brandon Shepherd. And TJ McCall.
Free throw, good, Allen. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Indiana calls timeout.
I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls. They've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And the Pacers call time here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
So we're nearing down the end of the first half. Coming up will be a halftime report, as you'll have is what our big fella and the check between Kenny Smith, Shaq O'Neal, and of course Ernie Johnson to get things covered up for the halftime show for the end of the first half. As we got a tight game here. Cavaliers trying to knock out and trying to avoid a shutout over Indiana. Will they be able to try to answer it in to get that one myself on the board? Or will Indiana Pacers close it all in game 3? Let's hope there is a great take in, not showing off. They have been a perception of that. I mean, they've got to feel it, they got to make it rap again, and then when they're ready for game 4, they've got to play. The halftime show is coming up next after the first half.
No one near Shepard as he lets it go. Indiana again. Listen. And here are the Cavaliers. Big stretch here going 10-2. Outside Garland. Takes it to Okoro. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Out to the wing. Here's Neesmith. Good.
Neesmith for 3!
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Garland surveying the D. Over to the left wing. Okoro kicks to Garland. Into on his run. Martin from way outside. Since the start of the second quarter. Walker's shot is off. Cavaliers leading. Allen outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Now, here's Strus. Defense right out. 4 on the clock. It's tipped. Looking for Allen. He gets it big.
Shot clock violation. Pacers ball. And who looks for the Indiana? Checking back in. Number 2, Ty Jerome.
Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Hooks it up for Walker.
Jabari Walker. And TJ McConnell. Defense.
McConnell against Garland. Okoro passes to Mobley.
Isaac Okoro.
He's covered closely, and the layup's good off the glass.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
You know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Brendan Shepard.
Shepard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
That's to Jerome. The pass to Okoro. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one. Over in the corner, Shepard. No good on the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
6-second difference between shot and game.
Indiana foul. Brendan Shepard. This was first slow foul. 17.
Works hard to maximize his impact on the game.
Terry Scarlett.
Their only shot
2
from
shots.
attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
He's at the free throw line. This may be getting away for this one to try to tie it up or notch.
And the first one. And some changes here for the Pacers.
Checking back in for Indiana. 0-0.
Matherin in for Aaron Neesmith. And a switch
Pascal Siakam.
Javonte Green. He's checked in for Allen. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
McConnell against Garland. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Indiana ball. Cavaliers substitution. Number 12, DeAndre Hunter.
And the wide open shot from McConnell. And once again off the mark by Indiana. With 1 on the clock.
Nigel. And that's the end of the first half. Cavaliers 35. And the Indiana Pacers 32.
Have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about. That's good work.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break. With the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille. NBA on 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Tremendous start for Evan Mobley. He had 9 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. Kenny, what's your take on Cleveland so far?
Always a positive sign to see. They're moving the roster to teams that each other happen. It's a brand of unselfish basketball that's hard to watch.
How about you, Shaq? What do you think about Indiana?
Well, it's been a big night for the guys off the bench so far. Scoring. I think we can expect a few more minutes for the reserves.
Man, that's going to do it for us here. Second half of action is coming your way.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Evan Mobley has been sensational.
Done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. And at the forward spot, it's Cruz and Mobley. On Willie backcourt, it's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Allen in at the 5. On the bench, and it's the Pacers with the ball.
Andrew Nimble, free. Oh, Pascal Siakam.
After exploding onto the NBA radar in 2019, Siakam Clark has been a sure thing on offense.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Pascal Siakam. I mean, whether it's in the open floor or in the half-court sets, he's a guy you can count on delivering when you have the whole ball in those situations. His offense never takes a night off.
Well, the big fella is so skilled. I mean, Jared Allen's jump shot is excellent for a center. Solid mechanics, and it really spaces the floor for him and his teammates.
Now, here's Halliburton. He's got 6. Here's Turner. Even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Outside Garland. He kicks it to Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Neville.
Andrew Nimble. From Tyrese Halliburton.
Here for the Pacers. Garland, the pass to Mobley. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. 16 feet away. Mobley misses. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Indiana. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Siakam misses. Cavaliers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming on the locker at the break. Halliburton against Garland. Allen kicks to Mitchell. Shoots over Turner. That's good for Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. This is from Jared Allen.
And this is routine for Mitchell. He doesn't need much space to feel elevated.
The shot by Turner, no good. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Passes it to Strus. Back to Mobley. He dishes it to Garland. Pass to Mitchell. Over Siakam.
Donovan Mitchell. Assistant.
Too many of those.
Darius Garland.
He gets in rhythm. It is hard to stop.
Indiana calls timeout.
And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's it. Please give up the direction all the way to the final whistle.
Every one of these players knows that we're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
With some adding up in this one here, we are going to say is Evan Mobley. He's been playing for his earliest on a life by his older brother Isaiah. He began playing basketball from an early age under the guidance of their father, Eric, of a former basketball player. And was initially reluctant to play basketball, but became more interested in sport in 8th grade, where he stood 6 feet 4. He began playing high school basketball as a freshman in Rancho Christian School in Temecula, California. That was his first 3 years, and he was his teammate with Isaiah and a 5-star recruiter in the 2019 class. He's really well dominated. He loved becoming a sport. Most sports persons definitely really want to become here to play for basketball players in sports. He has a lot of interest, and his brother Isaiah, he definitely had a lot of hard work to give in. We'll have a little bit more detailed information for the movie. Now back to Kevin.
That was your Pacers UDT.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Pass to Emma.
Siakam for the three-pointer.
Listen, Cleveland had gone 36 in the third quarter, 50% from the field.
Donovan Mitchell.
And one of Mitchell's great attributes, strength and explosiveness at the rim.
Pacers trail by 3. Siakam inside, defended by Strus.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Jared Allen. Assistant.
5-point
Max
Cavaliers
Strus.
Boy, nice mobility from the side. Allen is very active offensively.
Halliburton passes to Neesmith. 3 pointers off the mark.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Outside Garland. And there's the pass to Mitchell. Allen left side. Pocket 6. Passing to Garland. Toppin pulls it in. Indiana's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Got 8 points.
Cleveland calls timeout.
For Halliburton makes it really tough to guard Tyrese.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Mark, when you think of siblings who have played in the NBA, the Lopez brothers and now the Toppin brothers come to mind.
You can only imagine how cool a feeling that is to be able to play in the NBA with your brother. It's a dream come true for anybody to get to the highest level of pro basketball. And then to have a couple of players from the same family doing it together? Come on, man. Doesn't get any better than that.
Well, it does get better at this because in his senior year, Mobley was an average 20.5 points, 12.2 rebounds, 5.2 blocks, and 4.6 assists per game. Leading Ranchero Christian to a 22-8 record. And he definitely played it and would be the California Gatorade Player of the Year, with Drew Holiday to join in with his awards only 2-time winners. Morgan Wharton National Player of the Year, and also selected the McDonald's All-American Game with the Jordan Brand Classic and the Nike Hoop Summit. Those were all 3 games were canceled, but it was happened to make it selected by COVID-19 pandemic. I'm sure that family is going to have a great break. Well, hopefully with that, but the other years, it could turn out to be worse. Now let's go back to Kevin Arlen. 3:32 remaining in the third, 45-42.
Cherish Walker, he's checked in for Siakam. Benedict Mathurin comes in for Aaron Neesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Andrew Nembhard. Then for the Cavaliers, DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Allen. Okoro comes in for Max Strus. And it's Ty Jerome in for
Ty Jerome.
And that one is good from Jerome. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 5-point game. Mobley with the block. They retain possession. Go in for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley with it. He's got 9. Mitchell outside. And the call
Indiana foul. T.J. McConnell. His first personal foul for a team foul.
To the table.
On line, our Cleveland Cavaliers, number 45. Donovan Mitchell taking 2 shots.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Cleveland?
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
And something else that stands out is how efficient they've been from the mid-range, making the most of their opportunities.
And so he makes both from the line. Pacers trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Walker.
Jabari Walker.
And that's now
From Kyrie Irving.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move people out of his way.
Mobley right side. Back to Mitchell. And here is a Okoro. Just 4 to shoot. Hunter, 3. Hits it.
DeAndre Hunter for 3
Hunter's got
points.
the lead up to 8 now for Cleveland.
And a very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
McConnell gets to Toppin. No good from outside. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Here's Mobley, and 2 for
India the foul. Obi Toppin. That's for his first little foul. Second team foul.
Cleveland, they have been on target from the free throw line.
Jimmy for Cleveland.
5 of 5 in
Evan Mobley had a line for 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. Please stop.
First free throw is good.
He wouldn't have to play like this for Evan Mobley, but he really would have to try to give it out until this moment would change on. All you don't have to mention that. They won't believe Evan Mobley got a better start afterwards.
And both free throws good for Mobley. Pacers trail by 10. McConnell scanning the floor. And it's Halliburton missing. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Okoro dishes to Hunter. Pass to Jerome. Kicks it to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Over Halliburton. He hits
Donovan Mitchell.
Sees the shot. Mitchell's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Keep working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the
Toppin.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
Great. A dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
which is a spark they desperately need. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
And Mitchell missing. And for the Pacers, they're shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. In the corner, it's Toppin.
Toppin.
McConnell's got 5 assists in the game. The Cavaliers lead by 8.
Defense.
Mitchell outside. Here's Hunter. And
DeAndre Hunter. Assistant. Donovan Mitchell.
More of this from Mitchell. Good to see him moving the ball like that.
Knocked away. Oh, here we go. Okoro's got the best straight chance. For 3, Mitchell. Toppin pulls it in. Now, here's McConnell. This is the step-back jump shot.
And now we'll end the third quarter. The Cleveland Cavaliers 58 and the Indiana Pacers 48.
The fourth quarter.
One last quarter remaining, and we'll be back at Gainbridge Fieldhouse right after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you shortly after this coverage of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports.
Quarters behind us. Let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Pacers trail by 10. The perimeter pairing with Nemhard and Matthews. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's McConnell in at the point. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And stolen by McConnell. And Siakam has it in the corner. Oh, good on the triple. And so Allen will bring it up now for the Cavaliers. Here's Jerome. Turner covering. Here's Here's Hunter. Makes the bucket.
DeAndre Hunter.
Field goal.
Assist to Ty. Ty, Jerome.
Offensively, when Hunter gets in a rhythm, he's capable of carving up a defense.
McConnell finds Nemhard from about 16. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. The pass to Jerome. Played in with
Ty Jerome.
and the Cavaliers lead by 14.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes it back.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Turner. Siakam, a shot missing. Cleveland leading by 14. Allen outside. Dish now to Green. And they call
Offensive foul on the Cavs. Jared Allen. It's first personal foul. Substitutional on the court for the Pacers.
With that a few years ago,
Aaron
not
Nesmith.
anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows or they'll call.
And Indiana making a change here. Nesmith is checked in. A switcher also for Cleveland. Ireland's checked in.
Pass goes Siakam for three.
And with these results, you understand why.
Pass to Hunter. No good on the shot. Good D by Siakam. Pacers trail by 11. Outside Mathurin.
Crawford for three.
Patrick gets the ball and goes straight into this shot.
Defense. Defense.
Now Garland. Pass to Hunter. Releases from 15. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Mathurin passes to Nemhard. Quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Turner finds Nesmith. And there are the Pacers.
Defensively, they're putting guys
Defense.
now.
Defense.
Certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Here's Strus. The Pacers making the shot. Here's Allen. Back to Strus. Just 5 on the clock.
Max Strus.
Excellent feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Pacers trail by 8. To the inside. Siakam.
Pass goes Siakam. Andrew Nemhard.
Explosion has narrowed the gap.
Almost happened too late, partner. I mean, their offense didn't come alive until they were nearly out of it, but it is alive now.
Now here's Green. That's to Hunter. They kick it out to Green. Cleveland moving around. Outside Garland. The Pacers pull it in. Siakam's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Nemhard.
Andrew Nemhard.
Left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this.
I didn't think it was
Cleveland calls timeout.
but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Greg in January 2024. Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
There's going to be just how hard it gets. Indiana trailing by 4. It looks like that Evan Mobley may have to weigh out for a little bit. He's not really sure how is he going to handle, but he's going to get that one all cut up and try to fix the 5 on the glue. There's no change that he can definitely just do for him. Yeah, I've got a big feelings here for the Indiana Pacers. They're definitely coming back. So if they win, it's going to be all over. And that'll be maybe the Cavaliers, they'll be ending their season. We'll see how this one changes. Only 3:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. 64-60, very intense. They're down by 4, cutting in digit leads, and hopefully there's going to be a big change with that. So let's hope the Bears will keep an eye right on the rise. Well, here it is. It's going to be close more than that. Back to Kevin Harlan.
A no-brainer choice here. I mean, given how incredible he's played, just decimated the defense and did whatever he wanted to. No doubt in anybody's mind that this award was going to him.
Halliburton's checked in for the Pacers. Mobley, he's checked in for Cleveland. Mitchell comes in for Green. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. That's the latest, David.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting to remind the players to keep taking those threes. They've had some clean looks. When that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Fouled on the shot, picks up 2 points. So it's just a free throw.
Andrew Navarro. It's personal foul.
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, we'll see though.
Foul.
It looks like that might be the case. They might need a few more like it
Donovan Mitchell.
because that lead is very dwindling.
Obi Toppin's checked in for Indiana.
I've never seen Habisco multiple clips in. It seemed like that something was not right.
What's up?
That was just going to be a little bit too quick afterwards. I'm not sure how that happened, but we got the replay in there.
A free throw dropped for Mitchell. Pacers trail by 7. Now the pass to Toppin. A three-pointer, no good. Cavaliers have gone 4-7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Over in the corner, Allen. Back to Hunter. Passes it to Garland. Here's the three. Traps in the
Darius Garland.
Cavaliers lead by 10.
Very solid from the Darius Garland hurts you in so many ways.
Halliburton passes to Siakam. Lets it go with the three. Halliburton, no good. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Pass to Garland. On the wing, Mitchell. A 15-footer. Second chance effort. And Allen.
Jared Allen.
And guys, Allen is certainly in the zone. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and when he does that, he'll stay with him. He won't let up.
Pacers call timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
This is turning to be like it was not really easy enough, but it seemed like there was a little comeback range, and it seemed like that Donovan Mitchell and her teammates are definitely going to end up in game number 3. Man, here's the back of the cool game afterward. I've been telling you this when they're being phone 11, but in that case, it won't get better than this. Only 2:18 remaining, no new change. Rick Carlson has been talking it over with this on the other side of it, so there's going to be a lot of other way to get through it. For all determination, they just have to take it and get back into this one. There's no chance if you can't make that win, not possible enough in there. Well, we'll see how this changes in, but there's more time to make them now. Now back to Kevin Harlan to finish it up. 2:18 left remaining in the fourth quarter.
The Pacers making a switch here. Turner's checked in. Halliburton for 3.
Tyrese Halliburton, 3.
Well, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now,
2 minutes remaining in the regulation. 2 minutes.
pass to Garland. Fires away from outside. Cleveland gets it back. Mobley.
Evan Mobley.
Puts it down.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
To the middle. Here's Neesmith. And the shot is long. Cleveland leading by 11.
I'm Tyrese Halliburton.
Assists in the game. Mitchell outside. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. Garland for a rebound by Turner. Things are shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Such a great job with his unselfishness making the pass.
Passes it to Allen. Good for another
Jared Allen.
10 shots and made 7 of them.
Donovan Mitchell.
You can hear it. And sometimes the silence of a crowd can speak volumes.
Toppin, no one around him.
Obi Toppin, 3.
And this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period.
Fouls on Indiana. Andrew Nitzman. His second personal foul. Second team foul.
Letting it fly.
Substitutions on the court for the Pacers.
Shepard comes in for Andrew Nemhart. Cleveland also making some changes. Okoro, he's checked in for Hunter, and it's Green in for Garland. Mobley against Halliburton.
Pacers foul. Tyrese Halliburton. His first personal foul. Third team foul. Cavaliers. And Mobley. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And some changes.
Checking back in for the Cavaliers.
Miles Turner, he's checked in
Terry
for one.
Sterling.
And Andrew Nemhart.
And Max Strus.
In for Shepard. And then for Cleveland. Max Strus comes in for Isaac Okoro. And it's Garland in for Green. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up.
Timeout on Indiana Pacers. Their final timeout.
They trail by 7. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
No possession here. Under 30 seconds, 73-70. I don't think they're never going to make that one easier enough. With the Cleveland Cavaliers making another timeout, they got to go their strategy to man-to-man. They don't want anybody to get that one left off in here. Yeah, they do. I mean, they don't want anybody to leave, so if there's one that no one's going to miss, then somebody's going to score the other way for the Cavaliers. So this is it. If they lose, that's all it takes. You're never going to play easy enough if you get a finish. Alright, so let's see if the Pacers can definitely have a closer reign. If not, then the Cavaliers will able to win this one for the third game. Back to Kevin for the finish.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Shoots from the right block. Yes!
Andrew
Puts the lead.
spin.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. So they foul.
Indiana foul. Miles Turner. And for his personal foul. 14 foul.
Shooting for Cleveland.
Cleveland. Jared Allen.
Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws. I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Here's Mitchell. Rolling with it.
That's going to end the game. The final score in game 3. Cleveland Cavaliers 79 and the Indiana Pacers 72.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother the team. Road team, home team. All I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
All right, thank you, Kevin Arlen. And with that, Cleveland Cavaliers have made their first and a win in Game 3 as they beat over the Indiana Pacers, 79-72. That was quite difficult on the range, but it seemed like it definitely turned the others. Yeah, indeed, and it wasn't never been easier at that range. And this one was stuck down a little because they couldn't just able to have that one winning back-to-back on that range. So with that being said, it was a back-to-back on 2 games for the Pacers for Game 1 and Game 2, but it was the Cavaliers that made that one with the win in Game 3. Here's how you did with the total statistics. 52 field goals from Cleveland, then 39% for the Indiana Pacers on the 3-pointers, 92 free throws for Cleveland Cavaliers, 17 fast break points for Indiana, 38 points in the paint for Cleveland Cavs. Then it was even for 6 chances in the points and a second chance. 27 bench points for Indiana Pacers, 24 for Cleveland Cavaliers on the assists. 8 defensive rebounds for Indiana, and it was 32 defensive rebounds for Cleveland. 3 steals, 3 blocks for Cleveland. Then it was 3 turnovers that were only 7 points off for Indiana. 3 team fouls was Cleveland Cavs. 5 dunks was Indiana Pacers, and 14 biggest lead with 18:50 time possession. Alright, Ballpoint Pen, I know what you're ready for. It's time for 3 star players of the game. Sure, I would never just try to let you guess on that. For the 3rd star player of the game, as we start that things off, this one is going to give this one a monk on boot and a run. Donovan Mitchell with 13 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. He only had 5 out of 10 field goal range. He only had no free pointers to give, but there was only 1 dunk with only 28 performance effort. That's the finishing where he had come from. Every rebound he gets, it doesn't get better than that. Then Evan Mobley with 14 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 5 out of 7 field goals, with 1 out of 1 3-pointers. Just 2 dunks and only 18 performance effort. Well, he's been doing perfectly the entire time, but I guess Game 4 will be the only matter to finishing its end. Finally is our number 1 star player of the game, and it will be Jarrett Allen. He only made 1 block, and it's just only incredible to take 2 assists, 13 rebounds, 17 points, 7 out of 10 field goals, and it was only just 21 performance. That was just how crazy it gets getting for the center guards to try to leave that out. And I would imagine that this would be all change out, tire time. And that's going to do for the first game. If you're waiting on for the Warriors and the Wolves, get ready for the next game as we will be sending you to the other side in just a bit. We're wrapping up the first game, so thank you for watching for the first part. We'll see you for the second one. See you folks next time for as well as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. This is me, Phone 11, and Ballpoint Pen. Thank you all for watching, and so long in Indianapolis, Indiana. Good night, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.